is the Writer's Almanac for Monday. It's the 4th of November, 2019. It's the birthday of the poet Charles Kenneth Williams, C.K. Williams, Newark, New Jersey, 1936. Graduated from college and sat down and tried to read everything he'd ever heard of. He read Homer, Shakespeare, Dante, Chaucer, Whitman, Yeats, Eliot, Auden, Shelley, Tolstoy, Hawthorne, Jung, Sylvia Plath, Allen Ginsberg. He said, I'd fall asleep every night over a book, dreaming in other people's voices. In the morning, I'd wake up and try to write poems. And it's the birthday of the historian and novelist Tamim Ansary, born in Kabul, Afghanistan, 1948, author of the memoir West of Kabul, East of New York. It came out a few years ago. Of Arab, Mongolian, Finnish descent, the son of the first Afghan ever to marry an American woman who was also the first American woman ever to live in Afghanistan as an Afghan. His dad was a professor at the University of Kabul. His mom taught English at Afghanistan's first school for girls. Tamim Ansary majored in literature in Oregon, then got caught up in the 60s, counterculture, lived in communes, wrote for alternative newspapers, went backpacking and road tripping, traveled through Turkey and North Africa. Came back to this country, got a job as an editor through the 80s, started writing his own juvenile nonfiction, wrote a picture book series on American holidays, a series on Native American tribes, and then set out to write about the road trips that he had taken in his life and found that he could not remember anything about the big journey he'd taken, that of immigrating to America. And so he sat down and wrote whatever he could remember about his life before America, his childhood and adolescence in Afghanistan. He said the trick to getting at authentic experience is to not impose the writer's mind on the structure of your memories. When you get a hold of something, it leads you to one thing, and that leads you to another thing. The process of memory is a process of letting go, because memory works by association. And the result was his memoir, West of Kabul, East of New York, which begins in 1948 when I was born. Most of Afghanistan might as well have been living in Neolithic times. It was a world of walled villages, each one inhabited by a few large families, themselves linked in countless ways through intermarriages, stretching into the dim historical memories of the eldest elders. These villages had no media except rumors, storytelling, and the word of travelers passing through. People lived pretty much as they had 8,000 years ago. And the biggest city, Kabul, where my family lived, had made it to the 20th century, but just barely. Here's a poem by Marjorie Sizer, I Save My Love. I save my love for what is close, for the dog's eyes, the depths of brown when I take a wet cloth to them to remove the gunk. I save my love for the smell of coffee at the mill, the roasted near burn of it, especially the remnant that stays later in the fibers of my coat. I save my love for what stays, the white puff my breath makes when I stand at night on my doorstep. That mist doesn't last, gone like your car turning the corner, you at the wheel waving, your hand a quick tremble in a brief illumination, palm and fingers, your face toward me. You had turned on the overhead light so I would see you for an instant, see you waving, see you gone. I Save My Love, a poem by Marjorie Sizer, from Learning to Swim, published by Stephen F. Austin, University Press, and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.